Hi guys, we're looking at your 2.1 homework using arithmetic sequence formulas. So let's go ahead and try it out. All right, so this is kind of like cumulative, covering recursive and maybe some explicit formulas. So let's see. So this notation is looking similar to our beautiful recursive formula. So if we kind of forgot recursive formula, what that was. The recursive formula is that silly formula, really, because they're telling us in order to find the nth term, the term we want, well, we need the term right before it, and then we're going to add the common difference. So whatever term we're trying to find, we need the term right before common difference, okay? So all of this notation is kind of strange. D, this is supposed to be a subscript, so I guess they had trouble with Khan Academy making a subscript. So this is D sub 1, A sub 1, D sub 1, doesn't matter. This is basically the first term in our sequence, the very first term. So if we're writing this out, we're writing this out, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. If we want to find 4 terms, the very first term, already they're giving us some information, it's going to be 13. Okay, what else does our recursive formula tell us in this information? They're telling us, right, this is the same thing. This is the formula, except now we've got, this is the common difference. So common difference, this is just our bunny hops. How are we hopping? How are we jumping from term to term? So we're going to be adding 17 each time, 17. All right, so there is a calculator, so if we need it. So 13 plus 17. So this is going to be the second term is 30 plus 17. So we're on the second term. This is the third term, 47 plus 17, 64. So let me see, will it save? Ooh, nice con. It saves it. So 13 plus 7, or 30, oh my gosh, 13 plus 17, that's how we got 30, plus 17, 47, and then plus 17, 64. And they were asking us to find the fourth term. So how did we find the fourth term? Well, we needed the term right before it, and then add the common difference. So let's go ahead and plug that in. 64. Hooray! All right, next one. Okay, so now this notation is looking different, but we can do this. We got this. This is now looking more similar to our explicit formula. Explicit formula. And in case you forgot, the explicit formula is like rocket launching us to the nth term in the sequence, right? Because could you imagine if we're finding like the 100th term or something and we just keep bunny hopping along? That would take forever. Like it's too much work. So explicit formula, rocket launches us. So rocket launch is our keyword. Cough, cough, hint, hint. Rocket launch. That kind of got cut off, but you get the idea. Rocket launch. Light speed ahead. Okay. Explicit formula, what does that tell us? It's A sub n equals A sub 1 plus D times n minus 1. Okay. So we can see we've got some information that they're telling us. They're giving us the formula. A sub 1, again, this is always our first term in the sequence. Whoa. First term in the sequence. So that's going to be 4. So 4. And then what other information are they telling us? I guess I'll go to blue. All right. D, this is the common difference. And we can see that's there. We're going to be subtracting 6. So the pattern is we're subtracting 6 each time. Now, because this topic is just using the sequence, you can use the explicit formula. But because we only want to find the fourth term, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be easier if we just use the recursive formula. So they gave us the explicit formula, but we can just use the recursive formula, aka bunny hop, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 to find the fourth term. So let's try that. We know the first term is 4. and we're going to subtract 6. So this is now the second term. And then we're again subtract 6. That's the third term. Again, subtract 6. That's our fourth term. So let's go ahead and update. First term is 4. Minus 6 is negative 2. Minus 6 is negative 8. Minus 6 was negative 14. So for this topic, you're kind of hopping between the two of explicit formula and recursive. You could have absolutely used a recursive formula to rocket launch you, but because it was only the fourth term, it's like a smaller term, seemed easier just to bunny hop. So let's go ahead and plug that in and we'll check. So go ahead and reference this video, reference our notes too from class to finish it up. If you guys have any questions, as you know, Canvas inbox, let me know. All right, good luck, guys.